Take Two with Jerry and Debbie starts now.
Hello and welcome to your show. This is where we need you to do some of the talking. I'm Jerry Usher with Debbie Georgianni. It's Take Two with Jerry and Debbie and you. And the show team, Rich, Jeff, Ryan, are all with us today. Thank you, affiliates, for carrying the program. Our phone number is 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. And today we want us, all of us, to go back in our memory banks. And is there a memory or a number of memories that you would just as soon forget? Erased memories is what we're talking about today, Debbie, on the program.
So we want to hear from you at 833-288-3986. What memories have you tried to forget? Or maybe you bring up those memories in a whole different way and you want to talk about that as well. We want to hear from you. Jerry Usher is the only one on YouTube and Facebook today on the video. So everybody be waving to Jerry, and Jerry's waving back at you, I'm sure. I'm not going to be on today because I had a very emotional morning. And you know, full disclosure here with the Take Two family, a dear friend of mine called me very early this morning and informed me that his daughter took her own life. And so it's been really just very, very, very sad, very tragic news. And I've known her for many, many, many years. We went to the same parish, and I'll tell you what, it's just really sad to see and to hear about these young folks that are choosing that as an option to get out of their pain. And so please, God knows who this family is. If the Take Two family could please remember them in prayer. They're going to have the viewing and the service this afternoon before she's cremated. So tragic, Jerry.
Yeah. Please keep that individual in your prayers. And through email, one of our other Take Two family members has informed us in the last week or two young men that she knows have taken their own lives as well. So this is it's tragic. It's unfortunate. It's unacceptable. But what is at the heart of this? We must pray. We must ask God to intervene in the lives of all people who feel that there is no way out, like Debbie said, of the pain. I mean, I've been in that kind of pain before Debbie has, I'm sure. Sometimes, you know, you just feel like there is no other way out. So let's definitely keep them all in our prayers. But no matter what it is, today we're talking about, memory that you would just soon forget. It could be anything, okay? Maybe you were held back a grade in school. Maybe you posted something on social media that you later regretted posting, a job that you couldn't stand going to, a friendship, a romantic relationship that didn't last. Looking back in your life, you know, maybe there's something that, not that it haunts you, but just, you know, if you could kind of take the eraser out and erase that from your memory, what would that be? 833-288-3986.
I have so many memories from early childhood that I would love to forget. Different situations and episodes of growing up, and then going through my divorce situation, and the 2.5 years of court battles were just horrific, absolutely horrific. And I remember just various times of, you know, having my dad, who used to come to court with me, and it was just really hard on him, and it affected his health, and it was just a mess. And those are memories I definitely don't want to remember, Jerry. But we can learn from those experiences, right? We can learn from things we've gone through. They can make us stronger. They can also help deepen our faith, because they are the times when we really need to lean on God, and we know that God is with us through these tough periods in life. So I think we all, wouldn't you say, Jerry, pretty much everybody who's been living for 20, 30 years probably could write a book on things they'd like to forget. What do you think about that?
Yeah, in fact, you may have hundreds of things that come to your mind right now. And again, it doesn't have to be anything heavy. I've got an example that I wanted to share that is, it was difficult to go through, but it wasn't anything really serious. But so it could be anything. Maybe you left the church for a period of time and now you've come back. I don't know why this came to my mind, Debbie, but when I was praying about this, what came to my mind, a memory that it was a beautiful memory, but one that, didn't end well, and I wouldn't mind forgetting. When I was a couple years out of high school, I was early in my sportscasting career, and my high school had a losing record, but they did well enough in league to go to the playoffs, and they beat the second, fourth, and first-ranked teams in the state to go to the state championship game and lost literally on the last play of the game. The other team hiked the ball with no time left on the clock. It was a tie game, and my high school team lost. So it was a beautiful, great run. I got to broadcast all of their games. My brother was a star running back, but then that heartbreaking, touchdown by the opponent there at the end. So that's one of the things that, it's a great memory, but I wouldn't mind forgetting that last part of it.
The last part of it,
yeah,
right?
That last play.
The last play. Well, if you would like to share what memories you've tried to forget, we want to hear from you. So please call in. Don't wait till the end of the show. We really don't like when we have to leave folks on the line and the clock runs out. So we really want to hear from you and get you up on the air so you can share with the world, how you feel about these memories. Here's the number, 833-288-3986. That's the number to call. Ryan will put you on hold for a little bit. You'll get to listen live, and then you'll just slip right in as we announce your name and welcome you to your show, Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. So today we're talking about memories that you've tried to forget, or maybe memories that you want to recall, because those are the things that you hold on to. You never know. It's all how you look at it, right, Jerry?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm glad that you said, with regard to your, going through the divorce and all of that, that you wouldn't mind forgetting it, but you grew through it as well. And I think that's a very important thing. So if you're listening right now and maybe you look back and you say, man, that was just awful. It was horrific. I hated going through that. But now, as you look back in hindsight, you're stronger because of it, or, you made peace with it, or you learned something from it. A lot of different angles we can take with this broadcast today. So again, it's your show. Take it and run with it. We've got Jennifer and Jeff. We've got emails coming in. We got an email from Becca already, and a couple of open phone lines. There goes another line right there. Ryan is busy already, but we have 2 lines open. So be the first group to join us in this conversation at 833-288-3986. Now
you have me recalling that song, Memories. Remember?
Oh, I was recalling Jim Croce's Photographs and Memories.
Oh, that's right.
Remember,
yeah.
I'm a former disc jockey, Debbie. There's a song in everything.
In everything. That's true. Okay, what memories have you tried to forget? That's what we're asking today on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Number to call is 833-288-3986. And first up is Jennifer, and then Jeff and the others. So hang on. We'll be right with you.
In Making a Holy Lent, 40 meditations to prepare you for the church's holiest season, EWTN host Father William Casey offers a compelling retreat designed to help you answer God's call to be people of faith, prayer, and devotion. Grow closer to God this season with Making a Holy Lent, now available at EWTNRC.com, or call us at 1-800-854-6316.
We need EWTN Radio for the reason that Mother Angelica founded this entire enterprise. She always saw this as a spiritual growth network. It was to be an enterprise in media that reached people in all aspects of their life. She saw this as a holistic approach to reaching the whole person in the middle of the world and bringing them truth and life.
Raymond Arroyo thinks Catholic radio is important. So should you.
Why do we need to pray? Well, the Catholic faith is all about communion with God. And prayer is the form that our communion with God takes. If we're not praying, we're not in communion with God. But we can get in communion with God really quickly by prayer. It's the easiest, quickest, and only route to connect to our Creator. And that's what we're made for. That's why we need to pray.
Well, there is still room on a phone line right now for you to join us at 833-288-3986, talking about erased memories or something you wouldn't mind erasing from your memory bank. If you've got something, if you recall something, please do join us. And Debbie mentioned the young daughter of some friends of hers who took her life recently. And there's so many serious things going on right now in the world. We need to be in prayer. And of course, after the Mass, really, we believe maybe the most powerful prayer we have is the Holy Rosary. And if you're new to the Rosary, maybe you like to pray with a group, well, you can pray with a worldwide group with EWTN twice daily, 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the Holy Rosary on most of these same EWTN stations.
Okay, there is an open phone line, so if you have something to say about memories, we want to hear from you at 833-288-3986. And as promised, we're going to go first to Jennifer. Jennifer was on our Saint pilgrimage in San Antonio, Texas, and she's listening on Guadalupe Radio Network. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome.
Hi. I wanted to call in because, as I told you, tomorrow I'll be going to court, and I wanted to ask your wide audience for prayers, as I'm very, very nervous about going on the stand and having to do this, as I'm having to fight for sole custody against my soon-to-be, I'm getting nervous now, my soon-to-be ex, and who's a drug addict and and an alcohol abuser, and someone who's now what they call a parental alienational person who's trying to turn my son against me, who's only almost 6 years old. And I just need the strength to get through this, because I'm a nervous wreck as I'm here. And I'm going to have to stand up in court and fight against him. And I'm just a wreck. And I just need the strength to fight. And I need the Holy Spirit to come down and give me the right words at the right time. And there's like 3 different videos that show that I'm in the right, and that, oh my gosh, he is one that, oh my goodness, where do I even begin? That he has done these horrible things, that he is, well, first it shows that he's been on these narcotics, and then he's done some accusations that are false, and then he's put my son against me, and I just need the strength to be able to have the Holy Spirit to help me with the words at the time that I need them. So I need your prayers.
Okay, Jennifer, absolutely. Okay, you have our prayers. We have been praying nonstop, so you need to know that. But now you just voiced it out to everybody that's listening. So please, we're asking the Take Two family, please. We know Jennifer personally. She's a beautiful mom, okay, and she loves her family. And we're asking the Take Two family to storm heaven for her. Please storm heaven, that she is given the right words, the strength to get through everything she needs to get through in court, and to be questioned, and her testimony and everything. And let it be something that is just 100% the truth, that the judge can see, that everybody can see, and so that it's best for her precious child. And you know, Jennifer, you have to have trust in that. Trust that God is on your side. Trust that your guardian angel is right next to you and is going to be sitting there crowding you right out of the chair in that courtroom, okay? And trust that that all the angels and saints are around you, because they are your supporters. They know your heart. They know what you want for your son. So you must have some interior strength in that, Jennifer, because you're going to need that, so you can formulate your responses and everything can come out just the way you want it to come out, and which is 100% the truth and what's best for your son. Okay, so we're going to be praying that you have that strength. Okay. And this is probably good that you kind of practiced a little bit with this call, because you can hear that you're very emotional. We're all going to be praying that you just go in there and you answer, almost robotically. So you don't have that sense of emotion kind of leading you. Although you can be yourself. I was myself in the courtroom, and the judges appreciated that. The judge appreciated that. So you know what, Jennifer, it's going to work out. I feel really good about this. You have a lot of prayers around you. What do you think, Jerry?
Well, you actually almost word for word took a couple things I was going to say, Jennifer. I was going to say be calm, pray in advance, and I was going to say also be yourself. And I was going to add get emotional if that's what happens, not to be theatrical. And we know you wouldn't do that on purpose, but if the emotions come, Jennifer, that's just where you are right now, and that could very well show the judge and whomever else that you are very, very emotional and attached to your son, and you're very serious about this. And it really sounds like it's the best thing for him to be with you based on all that you have said. I want to just leave you with a Bible passage, Bible verse, Jennifer, and it doesn't fit you exactly because it's Jesus. Remember Jesus when he talks about to his disciples, he says, when they bring you before the synagogues or they arrest you or whatever, you're not facing that. But here's what he says when you're in court. He says, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. At that time, you will be given what to say. So try and lean on that and just say, Lord Jesus, I really don't know what to say. I don't know what this experience is going to be like, but please, I ask you to be there and your Holy Spirit to prompt me, like Debbie said, what to say at the right time. It's just, I believe it's going to go very well too. What do you think, Jennifer?
Absolutely. Yeah, I was just going to say, Jennifer, and when I went into court, I think I've talked about this before if you listen to the show, I was clutching very tightly a blessed rosary, okay? The whole time. I never let that rosary leave my hands, only when I had to pass through the security to get into the courthouse, and then I picked it right back up, and I was clutching it the whole time. Do yourself that to hold on to a blessed sacramental, because it will give you that added strength. What do you think, Jennifer? Can you kind of hold on to these words that we're sharing with you right now? So go in there tomorrow knowing you have a team around you here on earth and in heaven rooting for you, Jennifer, and your son.
I appreciate that. Yes. Very much so. I really do. I really appreciate everything, and yes, I'll keep that in mind. And I appreciate everybody's prayers, and that's why I was calling today to have that back up. Thank you so much.
Well, you know of our love for you, Jennifer.
I'll definitely keep you posted.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna ask if you would do that. You know we love you, and the Take Two family is surrounding you. So you've got an army of people, as Debbie said, on earth and in heaven, going in there with you. So we look forward to hearing back from you with some very, very great news, hopefully in the very near future. Thank you, Jennifer. God bless you for your call today to Take Two.
Yes. And folks, Take Two, we've got some text messages coming in when they said, when is the court date? It's tomorrow. It's Wednesday. So please start praying now all the way through tomorrow until Jennifer gets back with us. Okay. Who's up next, Jerry?
We've got Jeff in New Bedford. No, I'm sorry. Let's see. We're going to Terry. Terry is in Peoria, Illinois, listening on St. Bernadette Radio, and a first-time caller to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Hi, Terry. Good to have you with us.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Terry.
Hi. I live in a senior apartment. It's like an active living style. And the reason I do is because in 2000, I lost my husband. I had 4 kids. I've been raising them. I've been working as a nurse, as an RN for 25 years. And it's so emotional. I couldn't take it. And then, so I quit my nursing job, lost my license. Then I just sort of raised my kids the rest of the time. Now they've all grown up to be great adults. They're most loving kids, and they love me very much. And I can't even thank them enough. But anyway, I've been listening to your radio thing, and I want to become a Catholic, and I'm not sure how to do it.
Wow, how exciting, Terry. Yeah. Well, it's super easy. Go ahead.
Is it because I was raised a Baptist, and then I turned Methodist.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I don't know after that.
Okay. Well, what I always suggest to folks when they have this desire to become a Catholic is to call some of the local parishes around you. And in Peoria, Illinois, you have quite a few. Okay, so call some of your Catholic churches and express exactly that to the parish front office, and just say, I'm interested in becoming Catholic. Can you tell me what is your procedure? What is your process? Can I come in and talk to somebody of something of that nature? Find out, get to somebody. Just don't leave a message, Terry. If you can, see if you can talk to somebody. Okay. And if you and let me just share this. Every single parish has a different kind of culture and dynamic. There's a different kind of feeling on each parish campus. If you get to, if you call a parish and it doesn't quite feel right to you, and you just don't feel like there's that chemistry there,
go on to the next.
Go on to the next Catholic parish. Absolutely, and that's the beauty of it. In Illinois, you have quite a few. So I would do that, and then sign up for RCIA, which is the classes for adults to learn and process and hear the questions and hear the comments and the obstacles and all the different things about what the Catholic Church means for people and what the teachings are. And it's beautiful. I love RCIA classes, Terry. I have to tell you, I love just going through them because you just learn something new each and every time. It's a beautiful time to build community, and then you'll know the process of coming into the church, and you will. It's such a wonderful, gentle, loving process that you just it's I can't even describe it. Jerry, maybe you could help me with some words on it, because when you say it's just a beautiful, organic way of just coming into what you're drawn to, right? And then you get all the answers.
Yeah, I would say exactly. If you're feeling drawn in that direction, Terry, like Debbie said, it's there's no commitment in terms of, the first. And by the way, RCIA stands for the Rite of Christian Initiation of Adults, and there's no. You're not signing on the dotted line when you go to the first RCIA class. Maybe your heart is already at that place. That would be fantastic. But it's an investigative period for you. And it sounds like from listening to EWTN radio, you have hopefully heard enough that convinces you, obviously, to at least look into it. Yeah, okay.
I've been listening to this channel for like 2 months.
Oh, fantastic!
And it's a beautiful channel.
If I had time, Terry, to look up online, I was in the seminary with a lot of guys from Peoria, Illinois. It's a great, great diocese, and some really, really fine priests. If I had time, I would try and look up where one or the other of them is. But I would just say, start with the nearest Catholic church to you and see how that goes. And as Debbie said, maybe I think RCI.
I was at OSF several months ago. And I don't know if he's Catholic or not, but I had a minister come by and visit me. And I have nothing, on my, I don't claim a religion on my information, so I don't know how they even found me. So I figured I'd give them a call.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't even know if he's Catholic or not.
Right. Well, yeah, and here's the thing, Terry, you can always email us too at take2@ewtn.com if you have any difficulty on some of the parishes there or whatever. But I don't think you will, because you're like Jerry said, you're in a great diocese, great city where you have a lot of Catholic churches and a lot of vibrant programs for you to jump in on. And I think it's just perfect. Wow, how beautiful. We love to journey with you, Terry. So, it's very exciting for us when folks come into the church, especially when they've been listening to like Call to Communion and other shows that help them, understand about the Catholic teaching, and then they're drawn into the church. We love to journey with you because you can just see the Holy Spirit working. Like even in this conversation, the Holy Spirit is working right now, and it's just a beautiful thing. So we're excited for you, Terry. This is going to be a good adventure.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. You will have not only the prayers of me and Debbie and the show team, but also the entire Take Two with Jerry and Debbie global family. Do keep us posted, Terry. We love to, as Debbie says, we love to journey with you and our other listeners. So keep us posted as that unfolds. We appreciate that. Debbie, I actually get emotional and cry. I've seen a lot of babies baptized, of course, but when adults are come into the church, that just brings me to tears, and I'm not really sure why. I just see it as God's beautiful grace in action in people's lives, regardless of where they what path they've been down in life before. There is always that great grace and mercy and love of God at work.
I feel the same way. Every time I'm at the Easter vigil and there's adults or even older children and they are coming into the church, or young adults I should say, and then I just get so emotional. I'm a mess. And they always put me to the back of the church. They always say, get out of here. You're because I just feel
they put you in the cry room.
They put me in the cry room. Seriously, I'm a mess. I'm a blubbering mess because it's so beautiful to watch, and just hearing Terry's beautiful voice saying, I want to become a Catholic. That is, it sounds so right. It sounds so perfect, and I pray that her journey into the church is as beautiful as we described it, because most times it is. Now I will tell you, some folks say, hey, I didn't get too much out of RCIA classes. Go to another and sign up for another RCIA program. I mean, that's the beauty of the Catholic Church. There's so many churches, which is wonderful in a diocese. I think that's a blessing that we have. Wouldn't you say, Jerry?
Absolutely. And we want to hear from you. A phone line is open that Terry was on there. Thank you, Terry, for your call. We're asking you today, talking about erased memories or memories that we maybe would erase if we had the chance. Is there something in your life? Maybe it was a loss of something valuable like your home or your car. Maybe you did something or said something against your better judgment. Maybe it was serious. Maybe you had an abortion or lost a child prematurely or something. 833-288-3986. It's your show. Let us hear from you.
Dr. Scott Hahn.
Jesus gave us the most perfect of prayers. It's always prayed by the Catholic Church after the consecration and right before communion, but always there at the climax of the Mass.
The leading Catholic voices are on EWTN Radio.
I'm Jerry Usher.
And I'm Debbie Georgiani. We want to tell you about the Inspired by Faith Book Club.
Join us as we gather together and read a featured inspirational book each month and engage in meaningful discussions together.
Want to participate? The details are simple and can be found at jerryanddebbie.com by clicking on the Book Club tab.
Invite your friends and let's spend some quality time in fellowship with the Inspired by Faith Book Club at jerryanddebbie.com.
It's time for Family Man with Dr. Gregory Popchak.
Want better behaved kids? Here's a simple tip to instantly correct almost any inappropriate behavior. Instead of lecturing or wasting time developing increasingly strict or creative punishments, use do-overs to help your child learn to speak and act more appropriately on the spot. For instance, if your child speaks disrespectfully, insist they choose better words and a better tone and make them say it again until they express themselves well. Another example, if your child does a chore sloppily, require them to start over from the beginning as many times as necessary until they can demonstrate they know how to do the chore to your expectations. You don't need to yell. Let the do-over do the talking for you. And when they succeed, remember to compliment their effort. Good discipline teaches kids what to do instead of just telling them what not to do. For more tips to make parenting easier, check out Parenting with Grace. I'm Dr. Greg Popchak, but you can call me Family Man.
To discover more ways faith can enrich your life, visit CatholicCounselors.com.
I'm Gloria Purvis.
And I'm Deacon Harold. The Morning Glory team discusses the do's and don'ts for pro-life outreach in Black communities.
Tomorrow morning, 7 Eastern. Now back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Thanks for being with us on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. We're talking about what memories have you tried to forget today, and that's the discussion we're having. And thanks to your calls. This has been a great one. I just wanted to share real quickly. If you want to call in, you have plenty of time. So please, if you feel the prompting of the Spirit and you want to share something about memories or something you want to bring up, we want to hear from you. 833-288-3986. And real quickly, there's just a message from one of our Take Two family members, Richard from Illinois, to Jennifer, our first caller. Richard was sharing that Jennifer's story really broke his heart. He can empathize because he's going through a rough patch himself in life. And he just wanted Jennifer to know that he is going to be praying for her and her court date tomorrow. So see, Jennifer, the Take Two family is stepping up really beautifully because we believe in the power of prayer. And Jerry, I just wanted to say real quickly, tomorrow's show is very interesting. I wanted folks to start thinking about it because it may be something that they have to prepare for. And that is, we're asking tomorrow, what would you say to the world if you only had 60 seconds to say it? 1 minute.
Are we going to have a stopwatch for that?
Yes.
What if they go over by 1 second?
That's it. We cut them off.
You cut them off.
Yeah. But yeah, isn't that going to be interesting? I'm going to have to prepare. That's like homework. I'm going to have to do homework tonight.
Yeah. Well, yeah, folks, be thinking about that. Let's just say, well, actually, I was going to say, Matt, pretend you had a global microphone, but you do have a global microphone on this program. So if you had something important or meaningful that you would like to say to the world in 60 seconds, that's tomorrow's show on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
That's going to be a good one. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get the clock out, the ticking clock that we use for pledge drives, Jerry.
Oh, there you go. Right,
right. The memory.
Speaking of memories, I want to erase.
The memory that we tried to forget. Okay, those of you who have heard us on pledge drives, you know what we're talking about. Okay, here's the number, 833-288-3986. We're talking about memories today, and the ones you want to forget or the ones you want to talk about. We want to hear from you. Text messages are flying in for Terry. Terry, boy, you have the Take Two family. They are so excited that you have voiced that you are thinking about coming into the Catholic Church. Look at the family is growing already. I love it. Isn't that beautiful?
It is. And here's the number for you to join. Get on board in today's conversation. 833-288-3986. Could be anything that is in your memory bank that if you could get out the giant eraser and get rid of that, you would maybe do that. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you've learned, been inspired, gotten stronger because of a memory that you've experienced. 833-288-3986. And Debbie, we heard from Becca, and she says, "Hi, Debbie and Jerry. My best and worst memory are one and the same. December 10th, 2012, my birthday. I was 33 weeks pregnant. I woke up that morning and had a feeling something wasn't right. I went to the hospital where they told me my son no longer had a heartbeat. My labor was induced, and I delivered him on December 11th, 2012 at 3:45 a.m. The memories of that day are with me every single day, several times a day. I used to wish I could forget, but now I realize God allowed me to experience both pregnancy and delivery. So now I try to look at it as a good memory, though it is hard most days. God bless you both for all you do." That's Becca. Beautiful testimony.
Wow, Becca. Becca, thank you for sharing that with us. See, you're allowing us into the deepest parts of your memories, and you know, when we can share those together as a family, it brings us closer together as the body of Christ. I mean, I really believe that, and that's why I think this show is so popular with so many folks, because we're allowing each other. We're kind of peeling back the curtain, if you will, and we're letting folks into the deepest parts of our minds and our hearts. And that brings us together to help one another. And that's what we need more of. You know, I mentioned today, Jerry, about a dear friend of mine who lost his child. She took her own life, 25 years old. And, you know, one of the questions when I was speaking to him, we were talking about, you know, what makes a person get to that point is because they, you know, we've heard stories, Jerry. We've had, you know, folks on the show sharing about how, you know, people feel so alone, completely alone, where they can't share the pain. They can't express the pain. You know, that's where they can get to those deepest places of despair. And so we want to try to help that and combat that by having these discussions where we bring each other into each other's lives and let us walk together and help one another. I think it's really therapeutic. It's really helpful, Jerry, and I'm grateful that we're able to do this show.
So am I, and I want to acknowledge our friend John, who listens on the Station of the Cross. John, thank you so much for your email, and you know, I really believe I'm not going to read the email here on the air, but you captured the essence of Take Two with Jerry and Debbie probably more succinctly and perfectly than I know I have in 4.5 years of doing it. Debbie, you're way more articulate than I am. But I just wanted to thank that listener on the Station of the Cross for his email about the program and the kind words and really putting his finger right on the pulse of what the show is about. And let's see, we did have a website comment, Debbie, if I may, real quick before we go back to the phones.
Please do.
Nicholas, he posted on take2show.com, I would like to forget all the mistakes I made. I want to forget the people I helped and trusted, not because I'm a bad person or hate them. I just want to forget the worst mistake I made, which was trusting them. Trusting them resulted in pain and betrayal. All I can do is move on and try to forget and forgive. And Debbie, that's a good way to approach something like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Linda in Georgia, first-time caller. Welcome, Linda, to Take Two.
Thank you. My problem is a memory that won't go away. My husband of 20 years walked away from our marriage about 37 years ago. Just left. Took all the money out of the bank. And I had to really struggle to survive with my daughter. For years, 2, 3, 4 years, I would break into tears, have to pull off the highway and just sob. Now it's only 3 or 4 times a year, but I can't get over it.
Linda, can I ask?
I don't know how to forget it.
Right. Linda, can I ask, I mean, this is, have you been to different groups and or different, possible professionals that can help you with the skills to get through this? Because it sounds like, just from what I'm hearing, given that it's 37 years ago and it still is very raw inside of you, that it's something that maybe you're possibly stuck in that position of life where you can't quite fully move forward. Have you been to the proper kind of the different resources and programs that can help you move forward, Linda?
Well, I have over the years been to 2 or 3 counselors. I guess none of them were religious counselors, so maybe that was a mistake. But we would meet for several weeks or months, and it just didn't seem to help any. Right.
Well, okay, so Linda, here's something. If you can do this, would you check out, we have a dear friend who really has spent over 30 years of her life working in this ministry, and her name is Rose Sweet, and her website is rosesweet.com. rosesweet.com. Linda, check out her resources if you can, and there's also a contact information there where possibly you can reach her, because it was so painful what happened to you. This abrupt exiting of the marriage and what happened and how it left you with having to pick up all the pieces. Okay. But I will tell you, Linda, you can move past some of that pain. Okay. You can look at things and reframe things the way Jerry says. You can reframe things a little differently. I can relate, Linda. My former husband walked out after 20 years as well and left me with a mess, an absolute mess, a financial mess, just a complete mess. It was horrible. And thank goodness I had my faith to lean on. Thank goodness I had the church, yes, to rely on. But Linda, sometimes you can't always completely erase those memories, but you can look at them differently. And I hope and pray you take up our invitation and you visit rosesweet.com and you read some of the resources and maybe go through some of the programs to help you through, because I certainly think, Jerry, what do you feel about this? The good Lord does not want Linda, after 37 years, to continue to have this absolute raw emotional feeling about this any longer. It's time for her to be free of it.
Yeah. I'm reminded of, and I can't remember the exact story in the Bible or where it's located, Linda, but there is I think the woman who had the hemorrhage for a long time, and Jesus, approached her and healed her, and I'm sure in Jesus' heart he was saying to himself, it is time for you to be free of this. And, when a marriage is disrupted like that, when the two become one flesh, as the Bible says, then when it's torn apart like that, there's metaphysical violence that takes place, really on a spiritual, emotional, psychological, kind of a metaphysical plane. And so you've just simply been experiencing the emotion of that for all these 37 years, Linda. I thank God that you said it used to be all the time that you would break down, and now it's maybe 3 or 4 times a year. But I do believe if you speak with somebody like Rose, she might be that last piece of the puzzle who can help you get beyond this and say, you know what, I'm going to put that chapter of my life to bed and really now just spend the rest of my life, falling deeper in love with Jesus. What do you think of all that?
I think that's a wonderful answer. I'm 80 and I don't have a computer. Is there a phone number for Rose Sweet?
Yeah. What we
There
can do is have Ryan,
yes.
have Ryan get her phone number?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Ryan, if you can go to rosesweet.com, there's a contact number there, and if you can get that to Linda, that would be wonderful. Was that the best way to do it, Jerry?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, Linda, absolutely. Call Rose. And actually, Linda, right after the show, I will actually call Rose myself and let her know that you're going to be calling her, because you really should talk to someone. This is, at your age, you need to be free of this. This is not something the good Lord wants you to carry anymore. And shame on your husband for doing that. I mean, he's going to have to deal with his own situation. That's just, for a person to do that, it's really horrible and it's devastating. And I can definitely relate, Linda. So we're here for you, okay? And Ryan will be talking to you in just a minute. Okay?
Okay, Linda?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Linda. Thank you for calling us. Thank you for trusting us with this.
Yeah, bless your heart. You got a lot of prayers around you there, Linda. Thank you for your courage in making that call today as well to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie, talking about things you would maybe like to erase from your memory bank if you had that opportunity. 833-288-3986. Ray is next in Edmonton, Alberta, listening on Sirius XM 130, EWTN's channel on Sirius. Hi, Ray. Welcome to Take Two.
Yeah, hi, Jerry and Debbie. And thank you for taking my call and for your ministry. I'm driving a truck as we speak, and, I listen to these stories, and it just gut-wrenching. I'm crying as I drive down the highway. But in any event, thank you for taking my call. And I just wanted to share it touches with, Debbie's story, what she was relating to, touches the nerve with me, because I'm about to go through all of that. I've been married 8 years, and my wife is currently in a relationship with, in an affair with somebody else as of, this past November. And we have 2 little children, 4 and 7. And, my world has just been rocked. But consequently, the Lord's been just outpouring His graces on me and helping me, showing me areas where I've failed or possibly contributed to this, and been all very emotional. But through the whole process, as He informs me and as I learn and grow in grace and in faith, I was thinking to myself one night as I was going to bed, I was thinking, boy, that's such a horrible thing for a man to do, to get engaged with a married woman. And I thought, what a violation of marriage. And as I laid down in my bunk at night, and it brought back a memory from years and years and years ago when I was just a teenager, and, we were drinking, and there was another married woman there, and we had a very spontaneous affair, just a moment of time. And later, over time, this woman and I and her husband, we became very, very close friends. She's a very dear friend of mine still, although we live apart. And she never mentioned a word about it after the event, and neither did I. We just blocked it out of our memories. Very strange. And that night when I laid down in bed and I was thinking about how evil it is for a man to engage it with a married woman, it all came back to me. I said, wow, that's exactly what I did. And so I reached out to her just yesterday and asked for her forgiveness, and she forgave me, and she asked for my forgiveness, and we've been set free over it. With all of that story, I just felt prompted to call you and share that with you.
Wow.
Wow.
So, Ray, are you you referring to your wife, that you apologized to her and she to you? Is that the dynamics here? Or?
No, it's this friend of mine that we had this brief encounter that one night, drunken encounter. And we both blocked out of our memories. And she admitted yesterday, never mentioned a word about it to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Here we are now in the air.
Wow, Ray, it's just a powerful phone call, and what I would be hoping and praying for you right now is with your wife having this affair with the other man, that you just pray that somehow there can be just this honest conversation. I don't know if you want to reveal that or not, but I mean just this honest conversation about where what God is doing in your life. Hopefully God is working in her life as well. You mentioned you made the comment something to the effect of what man would interfere with a marriage and be involved with a married woman. Many people don't see the inappropriate nature or the scandal of that, because we have to have the eyes of faith and the gift of faith to be able to see these things. So I know, Debbie, we can certainly say, I promise Ray lots and lots of prayers from us and the entire Take Two family.
Absolutely, Ray. My heart just breaks for you and the decisions that your wife is making with this other man right now, and my heart is super broken over for your two little children, because this is devastating. But here's what you are doing that is really, you're doing it well. You're taking inventory for yourself, for your own spiritual your own spiritual journey, and you're getting that right, and that's a really good thing, and the graces will flow and the blessings will flow in that. And I would just encourage you, the same advice that I got, Ray, from a wonderful priest friend that stayed with me throughout the whole entire ordeal, that said to me, Debbie, whatever you do, don't walk away from your faith. Go deeper, get stronger, get tighter with God, get closer to God. And I did exactly that, Ray. And that's what carried me through. And I truly believe that that's also what trickled down to the children as well, that helped them through this horrific situation of having our family and our marriage and our life torn apart by an adulterous affair. It was horrible. I can't even describe how tragic it was. So, Ray, I just wanted to say to you, keep going on this wonderful, beautiful path of self-discovery and where you're at and what you're learning about yourself, so that you can be in a really great place to receive those graces from God through all this. And maybe that will transcend, maybe that will help your wife make better decisions, because I can tell you, I hope she's listening to the show. She's making a really bad decision. I'm horrible. I can't even tell you, because it's going to affect your children forever. And so I pray for her that she starts to come back to what is right, for the sake of her family. Is that okay, Ray? Is that okay what I'm praying for?
Yeah, it's great. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm doing. I've enrolled in Unbound Ministries, and I'm seeing a counselor, and I'm just looking at myself, because I can't change her, but I can change me. And yeah, she's probably not listening right now. She's actually falling completely away from the faith. Stop taking the children to church. That's like she's been brainwashed. But anyway, and I should mention too, I will talk about these other previous callers that just gut-wrenching stories. I will talk them in my rotary as well. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Ray. Thanks for listening
driving
there in Edmonton, Alberta. Yeah, please be safe. 833-288-3986. I just want to mention, we talked about yesterday the Super Bowl halftime show. We talked a little bit about how ugly and awful and all of that was. What I was not aware of, Debbie, is that I saw this on Church Pop. It's a service of EWTN. I get that their email feed every morning of the new stories that they have. And I guess Jennifer Lopez, she was doing this pole dance, and I guess she got up high on the pole and actually put her arms out almost in the cruciform, like to mimic Jesus or mock Jesus or something. So according to Church Pop, it was even more blasphemous and horrible than I thought. So I bring that up only because, folks, if you want to know what's going on in the world through a Catholic perspective, turn to EWTN, all of the different outreaches that we have, including Church Pop. It's not all heavy stuff. There's some really light stuff there as well. You can get their daily emails by going to churchpop.com.
Okay, real quickly, we're getting a lot of messages coming in for Jennifer, who's got the court date tomorrow. Jennifer, we also have some folks saying to pray the Express Novena, Mother Teresa's Express Novena. That's the 9 Memoraries, Jennifer, the 9 Memoraries. And then you say the one thank you Memorare, the 10th Memorare, because you know that the Blessed Mother is definitely going to intercede. Okay, Valerie in Fort Wayne, Indiana, you're up next. Redeemer Radio, first-time caller as well. Hi, Valerie, welcome.
Hello. How are you doing?
Doing okay, well, Valerie. How are you?
Not too well, but the reason I'm calling is because I'm trying to forget about some of the things that went on in my life back when I was 8 years old and coming up. And because right now I cannot stand to even be around a lot of people. But when I do get around people, it's like I have to really get away from them, especially is the men in my family. And my daughter, she's in that situation now, and he know that he is kin to her. But it's like he treating her now like he's her man, like he's her boyfriend, but they is cousins. And I can't deal with her around me because of the situation that they messing with each other because they cousins. And I'm already going through some stuff. And I lost my mother. She passed on me in 2014 of October. And then my auntie, she left me in September 19th of 2009. And then I just lost my father November 3rd of last year. And I'm still trying to get over all of that. And now I can't seem to erase none of that out of my memory either. But and it's hard because my daughter, she's on this weed called spice weed or something like that, and I'm trying to get it to where she won't keep messing with that, but it's ever since her cousin came back here from Chicago, it's like she right back where she started. And then I'm dealing with all this, and then my son, he's 26, but he's ADHD.
Valerie, if I may, just for the sake of time, we got about a minute left before we hear the closing music for the show. Are you referring to any kind of abuse here that you experience or that your daughter is experiencing? Does it rise to that level, would you say?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, yeah, I know from personal experience, having been sexually abused when I was about 10 years old, it is painful. The memory never really goes away. It is something that takes a lot of work to get kind of a hold of and maybe get beyond, but it is possible, Valerie, speaking for yourself now. But also, if this is going on with your daughter, the only thing that Debbie and I can recommend, if you haven't done so already, is to just bring the proper authorities into the equation. I don't know if your daughter is a minor still or not, but definitely if she is still a minor, then I really believe that it would be best if you maybe reported this to the police or some other authority just to make sure that this is looked into, because Debbie, this is absolutely unacceptable for her daughter to be treated like this.
Yeah, this is a serious situation. But Valerie, and Jerry covered that part about reporting it to authorities, but Valerie, I just want to cover this part for your emotional state. You need to take care of your own emotional state, Valerie. It sounds like you're very fragile yourself. You have memories of your own that you have lived through, so it's time for you to also take care of yourself. Please remember that. We're going to be praying that the right people come into view to help you get through this, Valerie, you and your entire family. So just know that the prayers are around you. Please be assured of that.
Thank you for the phone call. And Sister Christina, this past weekend, she said, I've been thinking more about 15 years ago when I became a postulant in Hankinson, North Dakota. And she says, my parents had driven me up to North Dakota over the weekend a couple of weeks before. So congratulations, Sister Christina. Tomorrow, if you had 60 seconds to say anything you want to the world, what would that be? Until then, have a beautiful and blessed day.
Dr. Ray Guarendi, making your parenting more fit, making your kids have less fits, and making your husband wear clothes that fit. The doctor is in. Next.
Wings is the weekly newsletter that's packed with program info, features, and updates of all that's going on at the Global Catholic Network. Just go to EWTN.com/wings. Fill out your name and email address, and you'll start getting your wings every week. When you get yours, send it to all your friends, and they can send it to their friends. And pretty soon, we're covering the whole world with the good news about EWTN. Wings, the weekly newsletter from EWTN, the Global Catholic Network.
EWTN.